On Veterans Day, we honor those who have worn the uniform, who have borne the battle, who have stood to watch, and whose ranks have formed the mighty wall of flesh and blood, bravery and devotion that has defended our freedom for 250 years.
Great moment this morning at Arlington National Cemetery, where the president laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier on this Veterans Day. And one organization that does its part to honor our nation's veterans for their bravery and service, America's VetDogs, is a nonprofit that helps our heroes adjust to life back home by connecting them to well-trained service dogs. I mean, look at these puppies, people. And they do it all free of charge. Watch this.
He does so much for me on a daily basis, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and I could not be more grateful. Yeah, he's definitely my best friend and companion. Disabled vets and disabled vets like myself that didn't know how much I needed a service dog like Kenzo.
Life-changing. John Miller is the CEO of America's VetDogs. Gabby Lugo is a certified service dog instructor. This is Luke right here, who is way more well-behaved than my dogs. I'll tell you that right now. John, you and I met at the Medal of Honor dinner last March, and it is such an honor to have you here. You do amazing work. You told me that both of your grandfathers were at the Battle of the Bulge,
yes.
Right? So tell us quickly a little bit about the organization and what it does.
So America's VetDogs works in all 50 states. We're based here in New York, but we provide service dogs to veterans and first responders completely free of charge. You know, it costs us well over $50,000 for each dog, wow. But thanks to the generosity of the American public, everything is free for the veteran.
It's life-changing. And I talked to a veteran at that dinner who just, gushed about his relationship with this dog and how it, would sort of, when he was thrashing in the middle of the night or uncomfortable, the dog would like nudge him and turn him over into a more comfortable position for sleeping. Gabby, tell people at home what these dogs provide for these veterans.
Yeah, so these dogs provide so much more than just emotional support and making someone feel better, which is a big part of it. But they provide physical work that actually changes somebody's quality of life and makes them not just be able to go out in public, at all, but makes them be able to stay there longer and really be able to enjoy time with their families and in their communities, which is what people really want, right? Is the ability to have that freedom to join back into society and engage with their communities and their families and go back to the life that they've had, that they've known before.
I mean, what a honey Luke is. I mean, we're just loving having him here with us. John, give us some practical things. What, besides the example that I mentioned, what can these dogs are amazing at what they can actually do for these veterans.
Absolutely. We train tasks for PTSD mitigation, for mobility. The dogs could push a button and open a handicap door, electronic door. They could retrieve all kinds of different items. There's about 30 different tasks the dogs could be trained to do. And one of the most favorite task of President Bush when he had his service dog Sully was something called the rest command, which looks like Luke right now, except it would be on the president's lap, where he'd get the opportunity just to stare into Luke's eyes, pet his ears, and clear his head.
Yeah, we have a picture of President Bush with Sully, his service dog that was provided by you guys. But just the ability to live life, as you say, to push the button to help veterans who have injuries get up and down staircases successfully. These dogs are working really hard, and they are also loving in such an enormous way. So the organization is VetDogs.org. I encourage you to check it out. Watch that whole video online. You will fall in love with these dogs, and the meaning that they have for our veterans is just beyond my ability to express. It's really incredible. So John Miller, thank you so much. Gabby Lugo, thank you for being with us and explaining the amazing capacity of these dogs. And again, it's VetDogs.org. I think he looks pretty calm.
He's doing good. He's doing good.
Thank you for visiting, Luke, and thank you guys for joining me as well.